Okay, let's get into this week's Skip the Line reactions, man. I had to take a 2-day break just to sort of step away from the camera for a bit and do a couple of things with my little one and other things that I have to deal with. And back at it, man. Let's start with this week's Skip the Line reactions. This is a Skip the Line reaction from, I probably don't have to tell you who this is, but it is from Sammy. He's been bringing you all of these Alter Bridge reactions, which you guys have absolutely been loving. The message over here is this is a great song, an amazing guitar solo. Enjoy. Let's get straight into it. For those of you who want to order Skip the Line reactions, form will open again on Friday or Saturday. And I also have Skip the Line series, which is very, very cool. You get your own custom series, 15 reactions in that series, fully customized to you. And that's $150, which is very cheap. It like turns out to like minus the artwork, like $7 a reaction, and then artwork and that kind of thing, just for the time and stuff like that. But really cool, super affordable if you want your own personalized series that has its own playlist on the Sphere as well, that's dedicated completely to you, and then it also drops on YouTube. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can go to thefableSphere.com and go to custom series and take a look at it there. Bleed It Dry, man, by Alter Bridge. Let's get straight into it. Let's rock and roll. Hey, we're coming in heavy. Woo. Heavy on the instrumentation here.
Oceans rise, sun is fall, fading fast, it won't be long. Everything will be consumed, rendered lost at the hands of fools. Tomorrow's gone.
You can't deny that everything is in the hands of fools at the moment. 100% in the hands of fools at the moment. And yes, we are in a consumerism sort of economy, consumerism type world. The only thing that kind of irritates me somewhat is the fact that they will use the idea of saving the planet. The very notion of saving the planet is absolutely pathetic. I tend to fall in line with George Carlin's thinking on this. I mean, we can't even save ourselves, yet we think we can save the planet. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. Literally. I mean, it'll shake us off like a bad case of fleas, and it will repair itself, and it will go on, right? So it's more about saving ourselves, but the hubris that we no longer have humility in this world. We've got this hubris to think that we can save the actual planet. We can save Mother Nature itself, the powerful force of Mother Nature. We stronger than that. It's something beyond me. And a lot of it's, and it's a good cause. I mean, I think that, keeping a cleaner planet is a good cause. I mean, I don't think there's a downside to keeping a cleaner planet. I mean, if, you keep your oceans clean and you keep your air clean, it can only be good for you. You know what I mean? So there's no downside to that, but it's been heavily politicized and used as a weapon for fear-mongering at the moment by completely inept, incompetent politicians so that they can make money on one side of the world while they completely decimate the other side of the world. I mean, your EV that you're driving in America might make you feel great, but everything that, all the resources for that EV, more specifically the batteries itself, the cobalt and lithium, gets mined in Africa by child labor, and also damages the environment way worse than an oil vehicle would. So it's all against just all this fakery and facade that we're putting on everything purely for the sake of capitalism on steroids. And they're just using people's emotions to play on this greener deals. But it just so happens that they are invested in all of the companies that, that make all of this stuff. At the end of the day, they don't particularly care. They don't care if children in this side of the world, in Africa, are worked to the bone to mine their cobalt, right, in very dangerous environments, just so that you can put the fact that you've got a Tesla on Instagram on that side of the world. So yeah, there's a lot to it that has all been politicized and just made a complete joke, in my personal opinion. But anyway, let's rock and roll.
Tomorrow's gone. So say goodbye. Please try, leave us here with nothing. Justify all that you consume. Please try, what is this becoming?
Talking about justifying all that we consume, yes, obviously it's in people's nature to justify everything, right? Even if they know that it's bad, they'll justify it somehow. But the most egregious of all of it is the politicians that push these policies on you are sitting there and justifying why they need the private jet while you need to live in a 15-minute city, why they need their convoy of cars while you need to drive a bicycle. Do you know what I mean? And that's like the most ridiculous thing, right? You see that all from politicians. Do you know why? Because they don't care, because they are the ones bleeding it dry. They are the very people bleeding it dry. And when they're doing it, it's fine. But when you're doing it, you're a terrible person. And then they spit that out there through the Praetorian Guard that is their media, right? The mainstream media. And then they just let you sit there and fight amongst each other and be like, oh no, but planet this and planet that and blah, 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 while they're flying back and forth from Wall Street all around the world and back to Wall Street on their private jets, right? Again, everything in this world is fake. Absolutely everything. Everything you see is fake in this world. There is nothing real in this world.
Consume! What is this becoming? All your lives have no one but you. The machines burn the skies, turning day into night. Everything will fade to dust again. We are strong. So don't pretend you've done no wrong, 'cause you know that I'm right.
You are. That's right.
Please try, leave us here with nothing. Justify all that you consume. Please try, what is this becoming? All your lives have no one but you.
That's true. I love that, all the lies, just what it is, but was that line over there? It was a great line. All your lies serve no one but you, of course, because everything is self-serving at the end of the day. The same generation that is sitting there and throwing paint at art and going and desecrating things with paint because of this sort of like no oil story. I still see all of those people on social media. I still see all of that generation. The young generation of today are the most obsessed with cryptocurrencies, the most obsessed with social media. Do you actually understand the data centers, just the data centers for the data for social media and for cryptocurrencies are the most energy consuming things in the world, the most energy consuming things. They actually contribute to climate change massively because of the amount of power that they need and the amount of electricity that they draw at the end of the day. So maybe you should lower that consumption, right? Maybe you should lower your social media consumption. Maybe you should lower your cryptocurrency trades and sort of get off all of that, because that's contributing massively to climate change down the line. But again, they don't see that at the end of the day, right? Again, it's all fake. It's the same generation that, are obsessed with fake tits. Fake tits aren't biodegradable, sweetheart. You know what I mean? So what is it? The planet or bigger knockers? It's completely up to you. But don't sit there and try and be virtuous when you yourself are consuming the same game at the rate that everybody else does, I guess.
Please try, what is this becoming? All your lives have no one but you.
guitar solo. Should I pause? Should I pause? Should I pause and piss everyone off?
One day you will see what you've done. The world you chose to bleed will be dead and gone.
Disagree. The world we choose to bleed will not be dead and gone. The world we choose to bleed we will be dead and gone. It will get rid of us. The actual hubris to think that that the world is going to disappear, right? If we don't, please, we will disappear. Please, this Earth has suffered far worse than us. Are you joking with me? It suffered asteroid and meteor strikes. It wiped out the whole of the dinosaurs. It suffered volcanic eruptions that was maybe 3,000 times the power of any nuclear weapon we have. Right? It has suffered ice ages. It has suffered ridiculous amounts of things. And we think is like, oh no, if we don't change something, the planet's gone. No, the planet will be fine. The planet will be here. We will be gone. And the planet will repair itself over hundreds of years, and the evolution process will start all over again. We will be gone. The planet will be just fine. To actually think that we're bigger than Mother Nature, that we're bigger than the system that allows us to live in it, is ludicrous, personally. Loving this guitar solo. Aggressive song on the instrumentation, but I love that actually. I really enjoyed the instrumentation on this because it is that instrumentation actually speaks to the actual song itself, right? It's meant to be an aggressive message, so I think it's great. Love this song. I think this is really, really cool. The guitar solo was absolutely epic. Really, really, really good song. I must be honest. This is up there for me. This is up there for me. I really do love Alter Bridge. And their subtle political messaging at the end of the day. They're not so in your face with it. They really do make it sort of easy to metabolize to a certain degree. So yeah, man, I really enjoyed that. And I know who will also enjoy this. Frank Warner, he would have enjoyed this instrumentation for sure if I know him well enough. Anyway, you guys let me know and what you think down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!